Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. Today I'm going to be finishing part 2 to my proper cardboard shark armor. Enjoy. So if you haven't seen my last 2 videos on the shark armor, this is the current progress. So today I'm actually just going to edit some things, and when I mean edit, I'm going to add some armor pieces around the neck, and I might finish off the abdomen. I might leave that empty, depends on what I do. I'm going to add flaps made out of cardboard as protection on the sides like I normally do, and then maybe do some shin guards in the next video or this video if I have time. So I do like to save some of my cardboard scraps for little details that go on the armor. So what I did was I cut out a almost triangle, but with a smooth curve inward, and then I just unfolded that piece, creating this piece. This will go right onto the front like that, adding a slight bit of protection on the neck. See, this is what I was talking about, and for the back I'm doing relatively the same thing because there is a big gap right here. So what I'm doing is making basically a shell that will be hollow, but it's going to go all the way up to my shoulders and connect to the neck rim right here. It'll look a lot better. So here's what it looks like. There's basically a raised brim that is level with the rest of the chest plate. Now there's this little hunch back here. Now the reason for that is I was originally thinking about putting a fin there just to, like, you know, what's the point of this hunch? Well, one, because I had that big spot there, and from the side view it does look pretty good. And now I'm thinking, if I put a fin there, it wouldn't make sense because the fin's already on the helmet. So 2 fins just wouldn't make sense, so it's on the helmet. Okay, so also I filled in these little voids here that I didn't last video. I thought about not filling them in, but I decided to just do that now. So going lower down onto where the hips are going to be. So I'm going to have a piece of armor that's going to be similar to like the little armor plates that go down on my second or first armor build. It's going to look something like this. I just a little quick sketch, and that is going to be enlarged to the size of my thigh, and there's going to be 2 of them. One's going to go on each side of the armor plate, and as you can see, the drawing looked like a pretty flared look, and that's what I'm going for. That is just a key element I'm using for this shark armor. So I have this large piece of cardboard right here, and I just cut this shape right out of it. And with the remaining pieces of cardboard, I cut the exact same shape, but a little bit smaller to add some depth. So then it's kind of hard to see, but I bent it a little bit so it'll look better on the armor set. So then I made 2 of them, and then there's going to be zip tied right there on the side. So as you can see, this gap is pretty wide, but when I'm wearing it, it will be a lot smaller because there's weight on the hips right there, so that's why it's dragging down. So what I'm going to do for the center, I'm not going to leave that unprotected. I'm going to glue cardboard armor pieces onto the fabric so I don't have to have them connected to the chest plate, so I can put it on faster and easier. Okay, so I drew out this armor piece, and that is actually going to go right on the middle here. And here's the thing, I'm not going to glue it on to the rest of the chest plate. I'm going to glue it onto the fabric, and that's so I don't have to like go through another layer of cardboard. Because see, I have a little opening right here, and there's a Lego piece in there to hold this belt together. So what I'm going to do is have these armor pieces that are going to be cardboard eventually, and they're going to be glued to the fabric. And even though it's not full like protection, it's still a little bit of protection because someone can slice me right there on the hip and I'd be done with. So some type of protection would be for the best, but also flexibility. Okay, so this is how it all looks so far. Now, I actually don't plan to do any exterior armor anymore. Now, you're probably wondering, someone can go for a straight stab. When this is all painted, it will make sense because it is going to look sort of like a shark with all the colors and everything. So I'm going to have an internal chest plate to guard me from any stabs or slices across the stomach, because that is very vulnerable. And so for the shin guard, I have 2 plates of cardboard right here, and I'm drawing out a spot where I'm going to cut, which is also going to be the bottom of it. And then this piece is cut out because I don't want it to jab into my ankle. And don't be afraid to bend the cardboard against the corrugation to have that fine shape of your leg. And then I have this other plate of cardboard, which I'm cutting out a second slit where my knee is going to bend, and I transfer that same piece onto the other side of that cardboard, and then I cut it right down the middle, and those pieces are going to go on each side of the front part of the shin guard. And then I duct taped it and hot glued it together, so when I bend it, I can actually bend my leg smoothly. So then I cut a slit on the side of the cardboard, and that's what this rubber band is going to go through, and then it's going to hook on the other end. Then get a popsicle stick and then just break it in half. Then use one of those halves and cut it into 2 quarters. And then use one of either of the pieces. You're going to need 2, and then glue them together like this. And now that the shin guards are done, next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a bunch of teeth all along this line. We're going to put a piece of cardboard here, put more teeth, and then more teeth on the top of the chest plate, and it'll add a slight bit more amount of protection to the stomach area there. And then the belt would actually be a lot higher up when I'm wearing it because it would hold in place. But yes, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, I have all my shark teeth traced out on some cardboard. Now, just cut out a bunch of teeth. And then I just glued them on the rim in like a elevated pattern so it mimics the actual jaw of a shark. So then I'm going to put a line of cardboard that's going to cover up the seam and make it look a lot nicer. And then to finish it off, I have this one last armor plate that looks like tails for a tuxedo. And it's just going to be glued right there because the back it needs something. Okay, so we are officially finished with the new proper cardboard shark-inspired armor. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm glad I got a second chance to redeem myself for my first cardboard armor build. And also, I'd like to thank you guys for 941 subscribers. You guys know who YouTube you are. I'd also like to say, why don't we make it a goal to reach 1,000 before the end of the year? Then I will release a skit celebrating 1,000 subscribers. Also, this is not over. I will spray paint this entire thing, and it will be the same colors as a great white shark and all of that. So that will be the next and last video, but otherwise, everything's basically done here. So now I'm going to do a quick suit up to show you how it all looks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like these builds that I do, like and subscribe for more videos.